to members shortly. All right, so we're gonna start sharp at 3 p.m. and today I will cover more about OTUT. Okay, so technically OTUT, which means is a overtake upthrust. Okay, let me just I don't have any slides up, but I will go through with you all some of the things that you can check later on. Okay, you can do later on. Okay, by using OTUT. Okay, so overtake upthrust. Okay, so I think for OTUT or overtake upthrust, this is have been covered by Sifu Fu during the masterclass section, especially on the pullback section. Okay, I think he covered in details about the OTUT. So today, on my part over here, I will cover some of the things that personally how I use it and how actually you can whenever you see this sign, this pattern, and how we're going to read in the chart. Okay, later on. So, okay, hello, Nigel. Okay, thank you. The sound and display is fine. All right, we're gonna start our section here today. So once again, thank you for joining me in this section here, our weekly member training. So today, our topic will be covered more on OTUT, which is the overtake upthrust. Now, I think as you all know, especially later on, if you're watching this recording, especially for new members, hopefully you have go through already what is the sound strength and sound weaknesses. This is under our video tutorial. So go to that, then you understand what is the definition or meaning of each of these sound strength and sound weaknesses. So for upthrust, obviously this is the sound weakness. Okay, I put it SOW, sound weakness. So whenever you see there is an upthrust, potentially two things likely to happen. Okay, first, of course, is distribution. Okay, distribution, and second is pullback. Now, can any members over here can tell me how you're going to differentiate whether the distribution is coming or the pullback is coming by looking into upthrust? Okay, can any members here want to share with me one or two points over here? Okay, today I think today I got a smaller crowd today. I think maybe because of the market is pretty bearish right now, right? So lots of people currently didn't really look into the market, maybe, right? So maybe Alex, okay, you want to try? Arif, I got Mr. Chang over here, Nigel, Shirley, and Miss Leong. Okay, so anyone here want to try? What is the difference? Okay, now my question is this, okay? Now, whenever we see upthrust, we know there is a sound weakness, okay? And likely two things will happen. So first, distribution, second, pullback. But what is the other things that we can look into? Whether this upthrust here likely is a distribution or pullback. Can anyone here highlight to me? Or maybe want to share with us? Yes, the volume. Okay, the volume play a very important role by looking whether this stocks currently is doing a pullback with upthrust or distribution with an upthrust. Okay, thank you, Nigel. So beside the pullback, okay, beside the volume, okay, first point, I think pretty good. Okay, this is volume. Okay, now second thing is that you want to look into the background. Okay, whenever I say background, you want to look into the previous 1, 2, or maybe 3 or 4 candles ago, right? So let's see. Okay, volume and where's the market stages. Okay, correct as well. So now if you look into the previous few candles, okay, what's the things that you want to see? Whether do you see any like buying climax? Okay, remember we talked about buying climax I think like a few weeks ago. Whenever you see a climatic volume, widespread candles, upthrust, likely there is a distribution. But if you see the price going up in a somehow like a average candle, volume is pretty average, it's not too climatic, and suddenly you see upthrust, so likely there is a pullback. So we want to see the background as well, whether there is any buying climax or not. Okay, or no buying climax. So the second thing is that again, the spread overall of the volume, I think there's cover on the buying climax as well. Now, again, just want to check again with members. Anyone here so far still can follow? Okay, these two things, the volume and the buying climax. Okay, so most important is that whenever in a healthy uptrend pullback, right, we don't want to see sudden climatic volume and widespread candle, okay, and uptrend. So likely there will be potentially a distribution. Okay, but if we see the candles moving up, you know, average drop also like pretty average. The volume is, you know, average. Oh, sorry, the volume is average, not too climatic. Likely there will be a potential distribution. Sorry, potential pullback. Okay. Now going back to here, OTUT. Now again, very important because sometimes when we see a sound strong stock weaknesses, you have to check as well whether this sound strength is strong or weak. Okay, so for example, if let's say this is sound weakness, if the background comes with a strong volume buying climax, the price is far away from trend 40s, that means this sound weakness is very strong. Okay, likely there's a distribution. Okay, so same one goes to sound strength as well. Like for example, when you see NS, okay, when you see NS, okay, but the background got plenty of sell-off, so this NS is a weak NS. But if you see there are like, you know, line change and followed by NS, there is a strong NS. Okay, so this is what it means. Now, if for example, when you see your uptrust is ready, okay, now there are a few criteria over here, probably just want to highlight here. Okay, now few of the criteria. If for example your uptrust is too far away from 2040s, likely there will be a distribution, okay, or maybe a deeper pullback. So for me, I always want to look for OTUT close with 20, 40 moving average. 20 I think is fine. Okay, if you don't want to focus 40, 20 is fine. Because the reasons why I want to look for those uptrusts that maybe have sign of resistance but not distribution. Okay, I'll explain it on. Okay, now that's very important. Second is that I want to see a small UT. Okay, a small UT. Okay, what it means by small UT, sometimes what we call is like a hidden UT lah. A hidden UT. Okay, so sometimes what we call is hidden UT. So what it means by hidden UT or maybe a small UT is that, for example, okay, there's the bar line change, climatic, line change, widespread candles, and subsequently they make a healthy pullbacks like this, right? So the candle becomes small, the price going up slowly, and you see this uptrust. Okay, and this uptrust here is very small. Okay, compared those with those like line change candles. Okay, but if let's say for example you see a big candle like this, a long tail, the overall candles is like, you know, 2 times of the line change, then that is considered a big UT. Okay, so small UT is always good. Okay, for overtake UT to be successful. Okay, because this means that there is a resistance, there is a sellers, but maybe it's a very small sellers. Okay, a small group of sellers. Okay, so chances for them to break up further is very, very good. Okay, sorry, just want to check again. Is anyone here follow me so far with this 2 point over here? Type 1 yes, type 2 no. Type 1 yes, type 2 no. Okay, thank you, Nigel. Okay, you all understand what it means by small UT, right? Or maybe a hidden UT. Okay, thank you, Nora. Okay, in other words, we want to see a big distribution. So usually a big distribution, you know, chances for the stock to drop further is there. Okay, so against okay, Alex type 2. Now Alex, let me know which part you don't really understand. Okay, let me know, Alex. Point 1 or point 2? Okay, is it point 2, the small UT part? Okay, the small UT. Okay, let's see. I got any chart or not from here. Okay, CFM also dropping. Now, okay, now this is a very good example. Notice here. This is so-called Pentagon. It didn't show a line change over here because probably due to the volume, but this candle here is considered okay lah, not too wide, which is pretty good. Now, if you notice over here, right, this line change, okay, it's not considered like a big LC. Okay, sorry, no, not a big UT, a small UT compared to this green Pentagon's bar over here. So overall still okay like this. Okay, still very healthy. But if you notice, you know, if your line change is pretty wide, okay, compared to like few candles ago, then likely a deeper pullback will happen or distribution happen. Okay, so normally what I do is that I like to look for this type, a smaller type one. Okay, not too wide. Chances for them to retest or break the resistance is pretty good. Okay, now like I say, usually UT happens because there's sellers, and likely you will see a resistance. Okay, but doesn't mean that smart money is not keen or interested. They are still keen, but maybe they need some time for them to break up further. Okay, so hopefully I answer your questions on that part, Alex. If not, later on, if I got other example, I will show you as well. Now, for example, over here, this is again a simple conceptual map. When the stock start to goes up, okay, first thing first, I want to ensure that my 2040s is still very, very close. Okay, I don't want to too climatic, because especially like bear market like this, okay, when KRC turns to red pentagon, they drop further, a lot of stock will be having a deeper pullback, right? So the second things what I look into is that I want to see the bar actually, okay, the next few candles is actually trading above this body. Okay, so this is representing there still is a strong interest on these stocks. Okay, or maybe sometimes what they do is that they will drop 1 or 2 candles before they cross back again. Okay, but most of the time they won't drop below this price level over here. Okay, again, depending on the type of UT. Okay, if let's say it's an up bar UT, this is the opening price. Okay, put it all over here, the opening price. This is the closing price. Okay, if let's say it's a down bar, okay, a black candles, this will be the opening, this will be the closing. Okay, but for me, most important is that you don't want to see a confirmation of UT, which is the price on the next few days is holding well around this area. Best one, which is still showing potential interest or momentum, is when the price is trading above this part over here, the shadow part, the top shadow. Okay, so this means that smart money is still keen and interest. All right, so going back to this example, this is again seems like lots of stocks start to drop. Okay, sorry, let's check. CFM. Wow, oh my god, what happens? Wow, a big drop. Okay, later on we check again. Now, okay, probably this is one of a very good example. Okay, so you can see over here. Okay, so this is loss of UT, right? Okay, here we got loss of UT. But if you notice this UT, okay, this UT is not a big UT. Okay, of course, now seems like getting weird right now. Okay, but today market is super big. Okay, so here we got some UT over here. Okay, and subsequently the price, if you notice, most of the price after the UT, they are actually trading above. Okay, so if I draw this line over here, this UT at resistance, and we got like 3 UTs. Okay, we got like here 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so most of the candles after this UT, they are trading above, okay, this UT. So again, this shows that there are still interest, okay, in this area over here. Okay, smart money are still interest. Okay, so again, just type a 1 for me again. Okay, if you understand the UT so far. Yes, the volume. Oh my god, this is crazy. Okay, for those that who trading CFM, make sure you be prepared. I didn't realize there's one UT over here. Okay, because I think just now morning there's one member asked me about CFM. Okay, morning still looks good. Okay, but closing on this gap looks pretty bad already. Okay, maybe a big wash is coming. Okay, usually I don't like this kind of sudden climatic volume. Okay, but again, like I said, I think like 2 weeks ago we already mentioned KRC is in red pentagon. So if you want to trade, make sure you want to monitor very, very closely, because shakeout wash will happen, okay, during this kind of period of time. Okay, now let's go to other example. Again, let's go to VSA 360 dashboard over here. Okay, just want to share with you how you should be screened for OTUT. But I think OTUT best is that you want to trade, of course, anything that we trade right now for KRC market, when you trade when the stock having some sort of like a momentum. Okay, so for me, OTUT, usually what I do is that I like to see when the market having momentum or the sectors having momentum, but in the same time they got profit taking. Okay, because sometimes like all this like T+3, definitely we have some profit takings. Okay, sometimes when the price goes up, hit resistance, okay, it turns to UT, but it's a small UT. Okay, it's a small UT. So subsequently, you want to monitor on the next few days, okay, whether got OT, UT or not. So if let's say yes, then this is the time that we want to look for a potential trades to look into. Okay, now against this few days, market seems like it's not pretty good overall. Okay, but I think I got some few example for you all can study. Let's go back to 19 if I'm mistaken. Okay, sorry, this is 19. Okay, Biuli. Sorry, I think I got one more over here on 12. Okay, yeah, these two. Synergen and Coraza. Okay, so this two is a pretty good OTUT with the price holding more on 2040s. Okay, so if you look into over here, okay, so this is the one. Okay, UT, the price still holding well. Okay, and if you notice right now, the price actually is still holding well on the UT. Okay, but again, today is a weak market. This few days is a weak market. So this is the one that usually I'm looking for. Now, this is the type of UT that I'll be a bit afraid. Okay, so for example, I have a big volume widespread candle. Okay, the next 2 days UT, and this UT is not a small UT. Okay, now this kind of formation, yes, I'll be more afraid and scared because maybe the pullback might coming soon, or maybe a distribution is coming soon. Okay, but this UT I got more confident because overall the body of the UT is small, it's smaller, the volume is not that great, and the next day they actually close with a stronger bar. Okay, so for example over here, this is also pretty good. Okay, let me just zoom in here. Okay, notice here this is also pretty healthy. Let me close up. So here we've got line change. Okay, UT over the volume is okay, not so climatic. Now this is also pretty good. Okay, like I say, usually when you see UT, because there is a resistance, there is a potential, there is a sellers. But usually if you, let's say you see a small candle of UT, this representing that the seller is probably lesser. Okay, they no much have they don't have much of these sellers. Okay, and the next day holding well is a good sign. Okay, meaning that smart money are still in. Okay, they are still interested to test the resistance or maybe try to break higher. Okay, now the next one is Coraza. Okay, if you look into Coraza, here also we got UT very close with the 40 MA, trading above, they close up. Okay, so until now, yes, today is still a weak market, but still trading above on this UT. Okay, so for example, if let's say this kind of UT, then I'll be more afraid, okay, to take the trades. All right, but anyway, this is not a confirmed UT because the next day it actually dropped lower. But what I'm trying to say is that if let's say the price is far from 20 MA, better not. Okay, better not. Okay, so let's say the strongest one is when the price is trading within, okay, the upper shadow, okay, of this UT. Okay, so that's the strongest one to tell us that smart money are still there. Okay, maybe yes, on the day there is a profit taking, okay, but smart money are still keen and interested, okay, in this trade. Okay, if breakout UT cut loss, yes, correct. Okay, yeah, if let's say it drop, UT cut loss. Okay, which means, for example, if I take the trade over here, okay, if let's say drop lower, confirm UT, then there's part that you want to exit. Okay, but do remember this kind of trade is a continuation trade. Okay, which means you only want to trade when the markets, the sectors is right. Okay, so like I said, I like to apply this method whenever I see a small profit taking is happening in the market. You know, sometimes in KRC is like this, especially Friday, if you realize, sometimes Friday after lunchtime, you will see lots of UT one, but the UT is a small UT. If you realize, okay, they hit the resistance, small UT, then yeah, that's where that you want to monitor further. Okay, is there any good support building around the UT or not? So usually this is the way that I use it for the OTUT. Okay, now seems like market is still pretty bad right now. Now, okay, again, any other counters you want me to look into? I think that is something that I want to share for today about OTUT. But anyway, because I think last week someone asked me about how to use it, okay, on the OTUT overall. So okay, now this is from 26 September. Lots of red pentagons right now. Okay, so let's say one. Okay, I think Optimax. Okay, so far I think Optimax is the one that's still holding very, very well. My SFP tech still holding well, but again, I already exit 2/3 already. My last 1/3, I'm still considering. Let's see how it goes. Okay, later I'll check my chart, and if I don't like it, I exit everything. Okay, now again, looking back to here, this is we got few OTUT patterns over here. Now this is the first one. Okay, now this is the one that usually I won't enter. Okay, because of the risk to reward. Okay, here we got one widespread candle. Okay, which I think very risky. But overall, if you notice, the UT is holding very, very well. So again, if the KRC is good, the sector is good, you can consider for trades. Okay, but usually I look for my risk first, okay, before my reward. Now the second UT over here, I think this is better. Okay, this is better because the background come with 2 NS. Okay, and so far today still holding well, but market is big. Okay, so this is the one that I keep in my watch list, and I will monitor how it goes later on. Okay, today I just don't want to against the trend, okay, at the moment. Okay, so same, still holding more. Okay, yeah, good, Nora. Okay, so do remember always, take some partial profit along the way. Okay, again, we never know, market is very volatile with uncertainty happening in the market right now. Still don't know whether it got GE15 or not. The budget's coming out soon as well. Lots of things. Okay, so yes, got profit, we lock some first. Okay, we cannot really buy the lowest, sell the top. Okay, but as long as we trade, we got some profit, then it's good enough. Okay, now okay, any other trades that you probably want to share with me? Okay, for Alex, when is the entry? You means for Optimax? Am I right, Alex? Okay, now for Optimax, I think based on OTUT, currently is a good area to enter. Okay, currently is a good area to enter because why? The price is still holding well above UT. Okay, but if you ask me, I didn't enter. Why? KRC is bearish. All right, if let's say KRC is still in green pentagon, I would consider for this trade. Okay, because the UT here, sorry, after the UT, notice the price is holding well above the shadow of the UT. Okay, again, like I say, this is one of the so-called the strongest signs. Okay, now I think like these counters also have it. Okay, or Olga Bio or yes, Olga Bio. Okay, this one also have it. Okay, so here, notice after the gap up UT, okay, break the resistance. Okay, in the same time about profit takings, the price holding out on UT. Okay, now this Olga Bio actually I'm wanted to enter after here. Okay, because after UT usually the price will sideways for a while, but this counter come with very strong momentum. It goes up 3 days in a row. Okay, so but seems like now they're coming back, retest in this area. Okay, so volume's getting lower. Okay, still above the UT. I mean this UT over here, right? So that's why I still got my alerts. Okay, help me to monitor further, right? So the other one is Psycom. Okay, so notice here, this is UT. Okay, gap up. Okay, and the next 2 candles holding well on the UT goes up, but again, pull back. Okay, due to the weak market. Okay, but still holding well above the UT. Okay, still holding well above the UT. All right, so again, this is some of the tricks that actually you can use. Okay, whenever you see UT. So for example, here also got another UT, of course, but here the background is weak. But if let's say the price close lower, okay, it's okay. We just skip. Okay, this type of UT. Okay, it's not a strong UT. Okay, which means there is a continuation of the downtrend here. All right. Any other example that I can share with you all? So far I think I Psycom, Olga Bio, TechScam. Is it TechScam? There's one, but I just can't recall. Okay, TechScam is the one that not TechScam. I think there's one more I cannot recall. But okay, anyway, here got UT. Okay, OTUT lah, but far away from 2040s. Okay, so if you look into Psycom, Olga Bio, they are breaking above certain resistance. Okay, just break above certain resistance. Okay, so that's the one that actually I like it. Okay, ages. But ages, I think last week got a big candles, right? Wow. Today got UT already. Okay, anyway, it's a small UT so far, but if you look into the volume, to be honest with you, I don't really like the volume. Okay, I don't really like the volume because sometimes this is the area. The reason why I hate to see UT in this area because likely there is an inverse pullback. Okay, there's an area that usually they will do inverse pullback. Okay, so if you look into here, this is the pure support areas. We got 2 supports. Okay, and this is the area that you want to watch out. There is some weaknesses. Okay, again, not 100%, but like I said, usually I don't like to see high volume UT somewhere around the areas. Okay, now this is kind of remind me of DNX because I think today someone asked me about DNX also. Okay, so if you look into here, okay, supports break, trying to come back up. Okay, but if you notice the UT come with slightly higher volume. Okay, so maybe they will come back and retest back again. Okay, somewhere around here. Okay, so be careful on this kind of setup. Okay, because usually you will have some sort like an inverse pullback. Okay, let's try SaiPa. 3A got NS. Okay, I remember 3A got NS, but let's see how it goes for today. SaiPa. Okay, SaiPa. Now this is for me. Okay, still not a very big UT yet. Okay, I think got chance for OTUT. Okay, so here is our resistance. Okay, so far actually it's still holding on the UT. Okay, if I draw my line over here, okay, this UT is slightly a bit high volume. So maybe like I say, market is still weak. You want to monitor further for a few more days. Okay, maybe because of weak market, sometimes we do shake up. Okay, I think like oil and gas counters, if not mistaken. They got some today dropped further after the UT. Okay, we can check that later on too. Okay, so let's look into Velesto, PPHB. Okay, got spring over here. Okay, if you ask me, this one is like a pump and dump type lah. Pump and dump type. It's kind of remind me like MFlex right now. I think if you attend the member section on Saturday, okay, say Fufu got mentioned few counters, KSJB, MFlex, KSJB, CFM, if not mistaken, right? They got this kind of signal. Okay, so high volumes looks like they will do a pump and dump. Okay, so but all is below 20 cents, okay, which is very volatile. Now at the moment for Velesto, I don't see any weaknesses. Okay, I don't see any weaknesses. Today is a spring, but now it's 3:30, right? Hopefully it closes with a spring. Okay, if you look into MFlex, okay, so far still holding well. Okay, but let's see how it goes. Okay, PPHB. Wow. Okay, drop below NS. Okay, so we can use the next NS or maybe, okay, this is the time that I need to use my, where's my potential S1? Okay, it just break the support one. Okay, so this is from Nigel, right? Nigel, you are already entered this trade or are you looking into these trades? So if you enter this trade, probably you want to be prepared. Okay, see whether you want to exit because seems like the weaknesses is there. But overall background in terms of setups, I still think it's pretty worth to monitor. Okay, kind of similar like Pentec, but I didn't really monitor Pentec for some time because of the 2 UT at the top. Okay, now if you look into here, this is a bit similar like how Oga Bio and Psycom, if I'm not mistaken, right? So we got UT holding well, break, okay, break further, okay, again high volume UT, now seems like pullback. Okay, so here probably you need to wait for some time. Oh, potential entry. Okay, then in this case here, probably want to wait for like a confirmation spring. Okay. If not, again, you want to watch out for the market. And now I've actually set up a lot of setup is good. Okay. I kind of like a tag as well. But what I worry is the overall market. Okay, if let's say KLCI continue to retest to 1400, then lots of stocks also will do a shakeout. Okay, but the setup is there. Okay, setup is good. Okay, now let's look into 3A. Okay, we look into 3A. Okay, 3A and it's still holding well. Actually, I kind of like the low volume today. Okay, the low volume so far, 330 right now, the volume is still low. Yes, I think still can continue monitor. Okay, for 3A. Actually, I also scanned 3A just now, but not for today. Okay, not for today. Okay, let's look into AirTag. Okay, AirTag still holding well. Okay, so hopefully volume today is slow for AirTag. Okay, any others? I think I still got a few, right? Okay, LSoft. Okay, let's look into LSoft. Jin, you still holding LSoft? Okay. LSoft overall is not that bad. Okay, it's not that bad. But if you but I thought today I got asked you to consider exit, right? Okay, but never mind, it's okay. Overall it's like this, okay? Also, I think it's not that bad. Okay, but if you still plan to hold, I think be prepared to retest here or maybe slightly lower. Okay, and you're gonna sideways for a while, okay? Because overall, if you notice here, it didn't come with very high volume. So this is still like a shakeout, okay? And the problem is here. Okay, I think I shared with you about Ramso before. Okay, kind of similar to Ramso, but Ramso very fast. Okay, for a while, it shake up forward and it goes back up. Okay, so probably it would range here. Okay, it will range here. Now, a few things again, if you want to take note, is that notice these few candles, and the price goes up, up bar, what I'm trying to say, up bar. The volume is lesser, okay, which is low volume. So again, this is representing the stock. Maybe it's not ready yet. Okay, but again, today market is weak, so potentially they will still range here. Okay. All right. Any other stocks? Okay, can help to look into Awantech and Hesta Industry. Okay, Hesta Industry and Awantech. Okay, Awantech and Toyo Venture, if I'm not mistaken, right? Today coming up. Okay, both actually come from the bottom. Okay, both actually come from the bottom. Now again, this is sign of potential there is likely a accumulation soon. Okay, so similar like here, here we got some high volume, it retest 1, 2. Okay, maybe it will retest resistance. Okay, can go up, go down, we still don't know. But short-term trading, I think got opportunity. Okay, short-term trading, I can go opportunity. So, okay, let me zoom in for a bit. Okay, notice this is the area that comes with high volume, right? So we got one area over here. Now today, another high volume. Okay, so probably can aim. Okay, somewhere around here. So let's look into Awantech. Okay, supports R1. Okay, now if you're wondering why there's no ideal approach, because this is still in red pentagon. Okay, so ideal approach only appeared in green pentagon. But if you want to, you can use the low of LC, okay, as your potential ideal approach. Okay, so far R1, R2 is okay, can aim for quick trades. Okay, but for me, maybe I'll wait for tomorrow for a small pullback. Okay, so again, similar like Toyo Venture. I think Toyo Venture today up around 8%. Okay, now is 6%. Okay, start to do some pullback. Now, if you notice, Awantech is kind of similar like this. Okay, we got one volume in this area, retest back here, high volume. Okay, so sometimes here might be sideways watch, doing some wash, and then retest resistance. Okay, so this area will happen again, right? If you look into like SolarWest, I think SolarWest also having the similar setups too. 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's go back to Awantech. Oh, okay. Very good area. Oh, you enter very early, I know, right? Okay, good area to enter lah. Okay, good area to enter. So today now you got easy 10%. Okay. So again, same things like if let's say you feel not so comfortable with the market today, okay, 1/3 first. Okay, I always like to do that. So at least I got some profit when it turns, at least got something. Okay, at least got something. So okay, any other counters? Okay, Nigel, textile industry. Okay, textile industry looks like they're going back to range, but it's not that bad overall. But just that maybe need to wait for a while already. So whenever the price or the chart, right, go back to the trading range, but this one's still okay lah. Okay, hopefully the spring hold well. So it looks more like a pullback for me. Okay, so this is low volume, so still okay, right? Still okay. Pullback after the breakup. Okay, pullback after the breakup. Okay, welcome Nora. Okay, any other questions so far before we end our section here today? But hopefully for members, you're able to understand a little bit further about OTUT and how you can use it. So let's say OTUT, I like to use it when the stock is most of the time in sideways. Okay, let's say like a hidden UT, and it didn't show a big UT. Okay, which is like this type of big UT lah. Immediately you know already this is like a weakness UT. Okay, but if let's say during range, right? Okay, like this ranges is like what we call the hidden UT, the small UT. Here it's like a small UT because the candle is small, the volume is pretty low. Okay, so you can try to apply OTUT, okay, in this area. Again, remember close to 2040s is important too. You want to check, you want to use this as like a continuation of the trend. Okay, now this is one of a very good one. Okay, this is the area that you should like to see OTUT here. Okay, it tried to break resistance, but it showed UT, small UT. Again, like I say, sometimes they might be a profit taking, but let's say they hold well, which means smart money are still in. Okay, so all right, with this, thank you for joining me this section here today, and I'll see you again next week. Thank you all.